Imagine a place where the map simply ends, where the relentless ocean meets immovable stone, and the only sound is the howling wind. We spend so much of our lives surrounded by the noise of the modern world. But what if you could retreat to a sanctuary built on the very edge of the unexplored? Today, we are looking at a masterclass in isolation. It's not a built reality yet, but rather a brilliant 3D concept of a brutalist fortress, perched on a jagged, unforgiving coastline. As you approach by water, two monolithic blocks of raw, poured concrete reveal themselves against the bleak backdrop. Getting there is an initiation. You leave your boat at the private pier and face a steep, narrow staircase cut right into the living rock. The climb forces you to engage with the freezing elements, but at the top lies the ultimate contrast. It plays on our primal desire for shelter. The harsher the storm outside, the cozier the interior feels. You can imagine standing behind that reinforced glass, entirely untouchable. Stepping through the heavy, dark timber door, the entryway immediately establishes the design language of the entire sanctuary. The raw, poured concrete walls are left entirely exposed, creating a striking contrast with the warm, ambient glow from the minimalist lighting fixtures. A slender, industrial metal console table and a dark, upholstered bench offer a grounding moment to pause and shed the extreme weather. But your eyes are instantly drawn to the floor-to-ceiling glass. Even in this transitional space, the architecture refuses to let you forget where you are. It frames a spectacular, uninterrupted view of the churning fjord and the brutalist companion structure next door. Moving into the primary living area, the harshness of the elements is subdued by masterful interior details. The focal point here isn't a screen, but a stunning, suspended black metal fireplace, dropping dramatically from the concrete ceiling. It anchors the room, offering a primal source of heat against the cold blue expanse framed by the massive wraparound windows. The seating is intentionally low profile. A deep, olive-toned leather sofa paired with a thick, textured rug laid over polished concrete floors. Notice the architectural introduction of glass blocks near the floating wooden staircase. They filter the harsh Arctic daylight, casting a soft, geometric glow that beautifully warms the raw, industrial textures of the space. The kitchen is a testament to functional minimalism. Dark, heavily grained wood cabinetry is flush-mounted, seamlessly integrating state-of-the-art black glass appliances into the brutalist shell. A massive monolithic island topped with dark, textured stone dominates the center, offering an expansive workspace. Above it, sleek cylindrical pendant lights cast focused, warm illumination. But the true luxury of this space is its vantage point. The countertops meet corner wrapping, floor-to-ceiling glass, providing an unobstructed view of the private dock and the restless water below. Preparing a meal here means working on the very edge of the earth, anchored in a space of complete culinary sophistication while watching the storms roll in. Adjacent to the kitchen, the dining room continues the dialogue between brutalist architecture and organic warmth. A massive, live-edge, raw wood dining table commands the room, surrounded by tailored dark leather and wood chairs. Above it, a brilliant linear pendant light, itself appearing cast from concrete, mirrors the geometry of the table. The space is heavy, grounded, and intimate. Yet the expansive glass wall entirely removes the visual boundary between the dining experience and the icy, dramatic seascape just feet away. For more relaxed moments, the family living area shifts the focus inward without sacrificing the architectural ethos. The ceiling features deep concrete coffers, softened by perimeter cove lighting that washes the room in a gentle, indirect glow. A vast media wall integrates a large display into a beautiful custom walnut and concrete shelving unit, thoughtfully styled with books and ceramics. The furniture is tactile and inviting. Deep, textured gray sofas, a stunning low-profile walnut coffee table, and a pair of classic wood and leather armchairs. It's a masterclass in balancing the cold, immovable nature of the concrete shell with rich, warm woods and deeply comfortable, human-centric design. The master bedroom, the ultimate private sanctuary. The design here strips away any unnecessary distractions. A low-profile bed, dressed in heavy, textured gray linens, is positioned squarely to face the immense, uninterrupted pane of glass. You wake up directly to the imposing view of the fjord and distant snow-capped peaks. Behind the bed, a half-height concrete wall serves as a sleek headboard, cleanly separating the sleeping area from a wall of rich, floor-to-ceiling dark walnut wardrobes. A solitary green velvet accent chair adds a single touch of organic color to the space. The lighting is intentionally subdued, utilizing soft perimeter lights and warm bedside lamps, ensuring that the dramatic Arctic light remains the true focal point. Even a utilitarian space like the walk-in closet receives the same rigorous architectural treatment. The raw concrete walls and polished floors remain, but they are softened by an impeccably organized modular shelving system. The shelves and hanging rails are constructed from light, natural wood and dark metal, creating a floating effect that keeps the room from feeling heavy or enclosed. Integrated LED strip lighting runs beneath every shelf, providing perfect gallery-like illumination for the garments, while adding a warm, structural glow to the concrete. A large, dark-framed floor mirror casually leans against the wall, reflecting the space. And, incredibly, the design ensures that even while dressing, you are treated to a floor-to-ceiling view of the snow-capped peaks and the dark, restless ocean. The master washroom is perhaps the most dramatic interior space of all, a study in texture and monumental scale. The vanity wall completely abandons poured concrete in favor of raw, violently textured black stone, feeling as though it was carved straight out of the cliff face. Against this dark, ancient texture, a perfectly circular mirror is suspended, backlit by a halo of crisp, modern LED light. A massive floating double vanity, crafted from dark, honed marble, anchors the wall. Opposite this, sitting directly against the expansive glass overlooking the private dock, is a deep, freestanding stone bathtub. The inclusion of a frosted glass block wall allows soft, diffuse light to enter while maintaining absolute privacy. The game room proves that isolation doesn't mean a lack of entertainment. The large stone floor tiles and heavy concrete walls give this space an almost subterranean feel, yet the massive window keeps it directly connected to the environment. The room is meticulously zoned. A sleek blackout pool table sits under industrial copper pendants. A built-in metal and wood cabinet houses an extensive physical media collection. A dedicated dual-monitor gaming setup occupies the far corner, and a retro arcade cabinet brings a subtle pop of color to the austere surroundings. The fitness center takes full advantage of the property's staggering location. Unlike typical home gyms tucked away in basements, this space prioritizes the view. Floor-to-ceiling glass looks directly out over the water and the adjacent brutalist structure, turning a morning run on the treadmill or a session on the stationary bike into a highly visual, cinematic experience. The equipment is state-of-the-art and visually unobtrusive, while a custom walnut rack holds a full set of steel dumbbells. The raw walls and dark, shock-absorbent rubber flooring keep the aesthetic strictly industrial. It's a raw, high-performance space designed to mirror the powerful environment outside. This space is a reader's absolute dream. The library utilizes the soaring verticality of the structure with massive, floor-to-ceiling, rustic wooden bookshelves packed tightly against the raw concrete walls. A small, traditional wood-burning stove is recessed directly into a concrete niche, radiating heat through the room. Deep within the structure lies the home theater, a space where the architecture is entirely subservient to the audiovisual experience. The raw concrete walls are partially clad in thick geometric acoustic paneling, expertly designed to absorb sound and perfect the audio in what would otherwise be an acoustic challenge. The wellness area elevates the concept of isolation into pure luxury. The design divides the space into distinct, purposeful zones while maintaining a cohesive elemental aesthetic. To the right, a traditional dry sauna. Next to it sits a sleek, glass-enclosed steam room, its frosted interior softly illuminated against the heavy concrete walls. You can recline on the stone and timber massage bed, feeling the radiant heat of the fire while watching the icy waters churn just outside the glass. Moving out of the heavier, enclosed living areas, the architecture breathes in the sunroom. The heavy concrete ceiling gives way to an expansive, gridded glass roof. The concrete planters are cast directly into the floor and walls, seamlessly integrating lush, varied greenery. It's a brilliant juxtaposition, a thriving, humid microclimate secured against the extreme, barren landscape outside.